The first sound I remember was the drum of war, not the drum of dance or festival. This one was deep and slow, like a heartbeat in the ground. Each time it beat, the palace walls trembled. That was how I knew we were going to war again. I was only 16, a maid in the palace of Alafin Adetunji, ruler of Oyo, but I had already seen enough blood to last 3 lifetimes. It all began because of pride, not gold, not land, just pride. In those days, Oyo was mighty. The Alafin's word could make a man rich or erase his name forever, but a new power was rising, the king of Ijaye, Are Kuranga, a former general of Oyo. He had once served under our Alafin, but after many victories, he declared himself equal to the throne. He built his own palace, wore the same crown style, even made his own drummers beat the royal rhythm. It was a direct insult. The Alafin said, 2 eagles cannot perch on one tree, and so both spread their wings for war. I remember the queen begging the Alafin one night. "Let peace return," she said softly. "Are Kuranga was once your son in battle. Let him kneel and be forgiven." The king frowned. "If I forgive him, I become smaller. If I fight him, I lose men. But a king without fear is not a king." He stood up, tall and strong in the moonlight. "Arike," he said to me, "tomorrow we send the messengers." I carried the message to Ijai, sealed in red cloth. Inside, the Alafin wrote, "Surrender or the gods will count your bones." When I reached Ijai, their palace gates were already lined with warriors. The R's men took the message. One of them spat on the ground and said, "Tell your king we do not kneel." That was when I knew blood would flow. The war began with thunder. Oyo's army marched with drums, their spears shining in the sun. Ijaye's men met them at the river border. From the palace hill, I could see the smoke rise. We women stayed behind to tend to the wounded and cook for the soldiers. At night, the returning warriors sang victory songs, but their eyes told another story. Too many friends had fallen. The Alafin stood on his balcony, silent, watching the fires in the distance. I heard him whisper, "The gods favour neither side." Months passed. Rain came and went. The war did not end. Alafin's generals grew tired. The council urged him to make peace, but the king said, "If I stop now, my name will be mocked in every market." Number. We fight until one throne remains. He began sleeping in his war robes. He stopped laughing. Even the queen stopped talking to him. When I brought food, I saw maps spread on the floor, stones marking villages, red marks where battles had been lost. Each red mark looked like a wound on his heart. One night, a woman was caught sneaking into the palace. She said she was from Ijaye, a messenger of peace from the R himself. She begged to see the king. I stood near the doorway as she spoke. Her eyes were red from tears. She said, "Our land is dying. The farms burn, the rivers run dark. My king is not the enemy, pride is." The Alafin turned away. "Tell your king to bow, and the war will end." The woman fell to her knees. "He will never bow, and neither will you, so the land will keep bleeding." She was right, but the king had her locked. The final battle came at dawn. The Alafin rode out in gold armour. The queen begged him not to go. He said, "A king must not hide behind women." By sunset we saw smoke again, thicker, darker, but this time it was not the enemy's fire, it was ours. The warriors came back limping, bleeding, carrying no banners. Oyo had fallen at the border. The Are's army had destroyed the royal guard. That night, the Alafin returned on horseback, his robe torn, his eyes hollow. He went straight to the shrine and locked the door. I heard him cry out, not like a king, but like a man. A month later, both kings were dead. The Are of Ijaye was poisoned by his own men. The Alafin drank a cup of poison too. the ancient way to save his name from shame. The land grew quiet, the markets empty. The people said, "When two kings fight, the earth buries both." Now I am an old woman. When young people ask me about the war, I tell them what I saw. Two proud men who forgot that a throne is made of people, not stones. The wind still passes through the old battlefields. Sometimes I swear I hear the sound of drums, faint, far away. Maybe it's just the memory of pride. In Oyo we say, when two lions fight, the grass suffers. But I learned something deeper. When kings refuse to kneel, the gods kneel no more for them. That is the story of the war between Oyo and Ijaye, and of how pride buried two crowns beneath the same sky.
If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like and share. Yay!